Hey guys, I'm Big Mike, and like always, I'd like to thank you for being here today. Today we've got a Ask Me Anything session with TopstepTrader and Michael Patak. He's here to answer any questions that you may have. There's no prepared presentation, and we're going to limit this session to about 30 minutes. There's an AMA thread on BMT that's full of a lot of questions and answers for Mike. You can find that thread by doing a search for AMA space TopstepTrader. And I will post the recording of this session in that thread a couple of hours after the session is done. All right, guys, go ahead and start typing your questions in right now, and I'm going to turn control over to Mike. All right, Mike, you should have control.
Guys, we're going to go ahead and kind of open this up to any questions, as Mike said. Anything that has to do with the TopstepTrader program, I'm willing to answer here. We do this each week at TopstepTrader in what we call In the Know. I will show you my screen. I don't really have too much to show you guys on my screen, so we can just take questions.
Right. All right, let's see what we've got on the screen right now. Chris,
basically, I think a lot of the questions came down to the combine changes, and we basically didn't change much at all except dropping the combine to 10-day or 20-day with the same objective that the 10-day used to be. So if you were in the 10-day combine prior and you had the objective of that combine, we now gave you 20 days to do that same objective, and that's why we dropped the minimum. It was beneficial and what we saw and the statistics we saw. And then another thing that we did, we just changed wording around. We called things combine rules rather than scouting evaluation. We noticed that everybody at Big Mike's forum and elsewhere were calling the evaluation or whatever rules, so we just called them. We ended up just calling them rules, which basically are sound rules any trader should have in his trading plan about having a loss limit, a max drawdown, winning day percentage, things like that, basic metrics that you would want to have as your core foundation. So,
all right, let's take a look at questions. Chris is asking that after you pass the combine and then you're trading, trading with your own money as an option. I think he means trading with your money, TopStep's money. Does this mean that you can use your own money as a cushion? So I'm not sure, Chris. I guess you're actually asking if you can give TopStep money. Is that what you're asking?
I can clarify that real quick. TopstepTrader, for one, will not be your backer. You will be backed by an equity partner. That's usually a prop firm. That's who your backer is. TopstepTrader is the educator, the recruiter, the scouting agency that's looking to discover traders that have their stuff put together and that have discipline. I think that's the answer. And then when you do go over to the equity partner, we will never, ever, ever ask you to put trading capital into your account, nor do we want your capital. What we want is your talent, and that's what TopstepTrader found. That's why we work with the equity partners, because we created the program so that we can find the talent, we can supply them the talent or feed them the talent, and what that talent does after that, is up to them, and the opportunity is still there. So that's what we provide.
Right. Robert is asking, he says, I remember you saying about 3 weeks ago that in order to get funded, if a trader goes live, the last 4 or 5 traders he's seen go live have all been completed in May. And is this because most traders have to take live prep now? I think I may have really messed that question up, but I think he's asking about the number of traders that pass the combine that end up doing a live prep before they get funded.
The live prep we found is it's about 50-50. Sometimes 60-40, leaning towards you might be doing live trader prep. The reason why we do this is to make sure there are some combines where what we call pop shots, where they had a big day, but they performed well, and we want them to continue moving forward. And it's our way of saying, all right, you're continuing to move forward, and the live trader preparation, these are the exact same rules that you would have if you were trading on a live funded account. You have either no profit target or we'll cut that in half or make it very, very low. So we are focusing on their downside and seeing if they continue to have patience, because again, we're looking for disciplined traders. So you showed us that you had the upside in your fundamentals in the combine. If you do go to LTPEP or live trader preparation, it is basically prepping yourself to become a live trader.
Okay. Graham asking.
It also makes the change to live easier as well for some individuals.
All right. Asking if there's any plans to roll practice accounts into NinjaTrader 7.
Roll practice accounts into NinjaTrader 7. I don't know exactly. All I know is we're working on NinjaTrader. We have beta testers on it. I figured I was going to get one of those questions too, but I'll jump the gun on that. We have NinjaTrader that we have a handful, not a handful, quite a few people on beta testing it right now. We do have a little bit of bugs in it, but that is common. That's why it's a beta test. Anybody that had issues have been refunded, so that's not a problem either. Things are progressing with that, and we're looking to get that launched live here very soon. The more feedback we get from our beta testers, the quicker Mears can get our stuff tweaked up.
And if somebody wants to beta test that right now, can they do it, or do you have a limited?
It's invite only right now.
Okay. Let's see. Jameson asking, for trading with TopStep and NinjaTrader, how does the data feed compare to the T4 data feed?
Okay, trading with TopstepTrader and NinjaTrader. Well, we're beta testing that right. We have no problems with the feed. The feed is identical. From what I'm hearing, the feed is identical. CTS and the T4, a group over there, have an exceptional data feed too. We've never had a problem with that. So I believe the only little issues that I hear, and it just changes weekly because they fix them and then little new ones kind of pop up, would be kind of orders that are having little issues not being displayed or something in filled boxes or working boxes, things like that. We're just dotting all I's, crossing all T's, and making sure that the experience is the same both in the combine as it is on the live side of things.
Okay. Viraj asking, he says, recently an attempt was made to roll out Ninja, but it was then canceled. So you're saying that right now that it's not canceled. There's several or a lot of people running the beta. It's invite only, but it's definitely not canceled. It is happening. It's you know.
I believe we did an invite 3 weeks ago, something like that, and we invited it. That first wave is giving us a lot of great feedback, so that's great. So that's what we're working on right now, and we'll be adding probably another beta test invite here in the coming weeks, and then hopefully that should tweak up everything, and then we'll be able to go live. It's just the natural progress of rolling out a new, if you want to call it, product platform, I guess.
Right. Okay. Theo's asking, are the combine rules and parameters similar to those of prop shops and institutional traders?
The combine that we created was how I learned and how a group of us did learn way back when. It wasn't, let's see, exactly what I had when I first started was, all right, you're hired, here's the desk, sit down, and I already came off of losing about $90,000. So I was out of money, so I needed to find a backer because I did love trading, and I wanted to make it a career. So for me, they said, and this was everybody in the group, there's 15 of us in a room, and they said, here's your desk. I think it was $1,000 a month desk fees that just got pulled out of your account. Here's a $300 daily loss limit on the simulator. Show us a $300 daily average. If you hit the loss limit, show us a $300 daily average on the trading average in a 2-week period. And if you hit that $300 daily loss limit, then that 2 weeks starts all over. So it teaches you to stop. So it just basically, I mean, the whole nature of the combine, the whole nature of what we were taught at prop shops is teaching people to watch their downside, not to focus on money, because making money is a side effect of becoming a good trader, and that's the thing that we want people to focus on is discipline, risk management, patience, all that stuff that they do teach you in prop shops. That is stuff that is taught basically here, and it's not really taught, so to speak. It's in the rules of the combine, which basically we want you following, and the more you follow the rules, the more it will become a habit or natural to you. And also there are prop shops out there that require capital, so that's something that we don't do as well. So
right.
if we're comparing prop shops.
Okay. So guys, just a reminder, go ahead and type your questions if you have them. So Mike, in the AMA thread on BMT, I noticed that a lot of people seem to not use Sierra chart. Any idea why that is? I'm just curious.
Not use Sierra charts.
Because, I mean, Sierra's been available, right, from day one. It's got the CTS feed, it's got the DOM, it's got the charting, it's got the chart trader. So it just strikes me as a little interesting. Any ideas what people are telling you the reasons they don't use it?
I actually hear people do use it. I don't hear anybody knock it at all. I hear people actually they request it. That's one of the reasons why it was added to the site. So I haven't heard anything negative from it, to tell you the honest truth. So I don't hear anything as far as negativity, and I do hear people requesting it, and that's what I think in a scout meeting we had. We said, yeah, we just want to be it's a platform we wanted to have added, so we worked out a 3-month free partnership with Sierra. So when you come to the program, if you're new, you get a 3-month Sierra.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I didn't even know that. Well, that's good. All right, let's see.
We were shooting for 6 months for you guys.
Kelly wants to know about using multi-charts or TradeStation, and let me go ahead and just throw in any other platform of any kind that you guys don't support. What's your answer on how to do that?
We are adding those, and we have we brought on a pretty spectacular team, people that have experience adding these different asset classes and different platforms with different big name firms, and so we're working with them to get us in the right position to start adding. We'll be adding different asset classes, so option, forex, and equities someday. All this kind of stuff that is in the pipeline right now, and most importantly, we're trying to get people more bat ball and gloves that they like and actually use, and that's trading platforms. So NinjaTrader is the most requested one, so that is something we've been working on. It's a hurry up and wait business, and we have other ones that we're working on as well. Right. But we're going to just talk about the one that's closest, and that's Ninja right now. Sure.
Yeah, I mean NinjaTrader is hands down the most popular. Okay, so but even so, let's say that somebody's using a different platform like multi-charts or TradeStation. They love the charts. Okay, all they have to do is just use a different platform with a DOM. Okay, you don't need to chart with the other platform. You could use T4 for the DOM. You could use Sierra for the DOM. You could very soon use Ninja and just have the DOM itself, right, and then maintain your own charts.
Yeah, and that's exactly what a lot of people do. A lot of people do that because we'll get screenshots all the time, and we get it forwarded on because some of them are pretty cool. And people have charts from TradeStation. I've seen TradeStation because you can see the title bar and what they're using, and then they have the T4 DOM or DOM ladder. We call it the ladder 2 here on the trading floor. They have that to execute. Now, I guess for those that want to trade from charts, great, but I mean, there's not too many people, and talk specifically about our program, and I know a lot of brokerage firms that are scalping the market, so being that quick isn't really that big of a deal. It's more analyzing, finding your levels, waiting for those levels, waiting for things to align, waiting for the market to come to you, and then, so working in order in the DOM, whether that's the T4 one or when Ninja comes up, you can use whatever charts you want. You can, I mean, we have people that have their chat room up, probably in Big Mike's forum, chatting or talking in there, and then have our chat room where they chat what's happening in the market and hear the broadcast. I mean, a lot of people can do different things, but your execution is what we're watching, and what you have on your screen is up to you.
Right. Okay. And so, recently between the last AMA we did and this one, we also you guys gave us the ability to offer 20% off to any elite member for the first combine. So for the guys here that are elite members, definitely check that out. You can save some money.
Definitely.
So Mike, I noticed, like you said at the top, a lot of people were asking questions about the new combine rules, and I thought, I mean, it seemed to me that you made it easier, but a lot of people didn't like it. Any idea what the negative pushback was on all this?
I don't think we're going to fit with everybody all the time, and I understand that. It would be kind of impossible to create a program that fit with everybody. But what we're going to do, we dropped the minimums because it wasn't beneficial to the development of our recruits in any measurable way. So basically what we said is if you want more time, we're giving you the exact same objective of a 10-day, but we're going to allow you to do it in 20 days. So the job, your first step when you come to TopstepTrader is basically deciding, is kind of our little test to see what type of trader you are. Are you a patient trader or are you an impulsive trader? The 10 and 20 day for the same objective, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier doing it in 20 days. You have 60 calendar days to do the same objective that you would do in 10 days. So that's to us. It worked out. We can measure that kind of stuff, and it's effective. Giving them more time, and that we found out was effective. So giving them more a choice in the very beginning of more time, or enter a 10-day combine. We figured that was a good move.
And what was the rule again on the minimum number of days that you have to trade?
What was on the?
Isn't there like yeah? So there was. So is that's changed? So I know before that there was a minimum number of days out of the X days that you had to trade. So now how does that work?
So now it's basically you have 10 trading days, and a trading day is when you get a fill. So again, back to the scenario of letting the market come to you. If the market actually comes to you, fills you on your working order, now you're filled, whether it's one trade or 1,000 trades in that day, that would be a trading day. If it does not fill you and you have a working order, that does not count as a trading day. That wouldn't cost or wouldn't hurt you or help you. It just did not get filled, so that wouldn't count as a trading day. So 10 trading days and 30 calendar days, or 20 trading days and 60 calendar days is how we review. So you have a choice to choose the days you want to trade or let the market come to you.
Okay. So to answer Luke's question, Luke is asking, if you hit your target in 2 days, can you just do the minimum to satisfy the combine objective? So I'm not sure what he means by minimum, but he would have to trade X number of additional days to show that he has a plan other than just shooting from the hip and getting lucky, right?
Yeah, and here's basically I want to clarify in the combine rules, and these are the rules that we changed the name, just calling them combine rules. You must trade the required number of days of the combine. So if you do hit that $4,000 day and you met your profit target, you still need to meet the goal. Or not the goal, the rules. The rules is to complete that. It's also not to hit your loss limit, not to exceed your max drawdown, things like that.
So he's asking. This makes a good point. I've seen a lot of people ask this, and I think it's worth answering in detail. So he says, what if he just trades, one tick on all the remaining days? So obviously that would not be a trader that you're looking to fund, right? I mean, I don't mean to speak for you.
It's not going to show us you're consistent, and you're getting evaluated, and that's you're getting an opportunity. And the opportunity is to show us you can trade, so then we can put you in front of an equity partner. Basically, we take your trade report, your profile, we show it to them. They say okay. And basically, anything we send to them, they now sign off on. So that's not a problem. So it's one of those that if you want to scratch that, you're going to have a phone call with either the director of scouting or a senior scout at the very end of it saying, hey, nice combine, but and then they're going to go into that.
So it's kind of like two different objectives, right? So I've seen people as they're coming up near the end of the combine, they sometimes they just have a goal of passing the combine in order to do a rollover so that it's free, right?
Yep.
So you're not. I mean, that's fine. But if you want to get funded, then you should be prepared for two things, right? One is live trader prep is a chance that you're going to hit that
possibility, yes.
And you certainly can't do one tick days on that and expect to get funded, right?
Well, are you gonna do that live? And that's the whole thing about that is when you get funded, are you just gonna have a pop shot and do one ticks after that? So. We've had people try to game the system or do whatever. Not saying that that's what's happening here, but it's basically you come in. There's the combine rules. You follow the rules. You make no money, but you follow the rules. You'll get your refund. You'll be refunded your deposit, or 95% of people roll it over. And then if you follow the rules and profit, you're getting reviewed.
Right.
And that's the opportunity, and it helps those. It retains those that take it serious and are following the rules, and lets them get another chance to naturally make the profit target. So if you can't naturally make your profit target, you need to size down in your position and size down in your combine. And we have a $30,000 combine with a 3-lot. You can basically have a trading average of $75 a day in a 20-day combine, and as a trading average, and you'll be be eligible to get funded. So that's something that you need to take strong consideration, because if you can't trade small, you can't trade big, and you want to be naturally making the profit target. So that's something that we try
I've seen, as you know, there's a lot of journals on VMT that are people in combines. I mean, I don't even know how many, but a whole lot. And so I see all kinds of different strategies and things, and I think it ultimately, to answer Luke's question, it comes down to what your objective is at the end of that combine. If you're just trying to get rollover, then, maybe you need to have a one-tick trade, right, to satisfy the minimum number of days, but, still get your rollover. But, if you're trying to get funded and, you're going to get reviewed, expect different things. You gotta be realistic. You gotta not game the system, for lack of better words, right? So
you're not helping it. Yeah, you're not going to help yourself at all, because if you're a TopstepTrader, we're here for a reason, and you're here for a reason. So let's work on that. Let's get better, and this is the opportunity for us to get better in a safe environment that has a little bit of a sting. If you screw up, it has a little bit of a sting, but it doesn't have a $10, $50, or $90,000 sting like I had. I mean, a lot of people, we have emails from people, $250,000, $1 million stings, and that's something that you shouldn't need to take that big a loss. Let's put more hours in deliberative practice in a safe environment, and get ourselves in a position where we can confidently enter the market in a way that justifies us even being there.
Right. And, I mean, you know this because I've told you before, but that actually is one of the key points that attracted me to TopstepTrader and why I invited you guys on to be a sponsor and all that stuff, is because I see this, I'm stepping back from the big, 9,000-foot view or whatever, and I see all these traders on the forum over the last 4 years, 40,000 people, and I see all these patterns and things, and I think that even if you completely remove, I know this isn't your objective, Mike, but if you completely remove the funding aspect of the program, it's really a really good tool that is pretty unique in the industry in order to help you hone your skills as far as discipline and risk, which are, really paramount. You said it at the top, but it bears repeating. People that focus on risk are generally the ones that are going to become good traders, or at least in it for the long haul, whereas people that focus on profit and how much money they can make, those are the ones that are feeling the most pain and usually fail at some point or quit due to the stress.
You said exactly true. I mean, if the focus becomes making money or meeting a target, the lessons are successful, but they'll be short-lived, and it'll provide you little consistency. And I think we all, I was at a point in my career where to get to that next step, it's slow. It's brick by brick building. It's not anything fast. The whole lure of get rich quick, it doesn't really exist in trading at all. It's the hardest way to make easy money, though. But it's.
So how much is what is the cheapest combine? How much is that?
Let me see. I'm on the website. $175.
Okay, so
it's a $30,000 combine.
All right, so somebody can spend $175. They've got, let's say they do one combine a month, okay, and so $175 is what is at risk, and they could stand to learn a lot about themselves, their method, the psychology. Money management.
Yes, and each month, if you're just following the rules, the TopstepTrader will never cost you a dime if you follow the rules. We've had people in here that have done that. We have people everybody that's ever been in our chat room, anybody with a blue badge has rolled over a combine, if not once or multiple times. That's the whole program, is to say follow the rules and perform. And there's the I read in the paper, the American dream was following rules and performing. I read that in the paper at the airport a while ago, and I'm like, well, that's kind of what we try to push with the combine, is follow rules and perform, and the opportunity is there. And that's what we worked out with the equity partner to make sure that thing was that was all put together where we could do that.
So regarding the rollover, is there a time limit, on how soon somebody has to start their new rollover? Or
no, there's not. We actually have a pretty good relationship with a lot of people that do consistently roll over, because they'll say, hey, I'm going to take some time off. I'm going to go on vacation with the family, and then if I come back, can I start November? No
Okay.
problem.
Okay. So that's cool. That's good. Gives you a chance to learn from from your mistakes, or learn from what you did good or bad the last time, and build on it.
Yep.
So.
Yep. There's many times where I've wanted to step away from this business for a period of time. So.
Yeah. Oh man, you don't have to tell me. I'm going on my first vacation in 8 years.
Nice.
End of September.
8 years. Wow, I thought mine. I just got back from Scandinavia. I did that visit my brother, and that was 3 years I haven't been on vacation.
All right. So Chris is asking. He says, "Hey, if I have a technical platform glitch, is there a trade desk or equivalent that he can call to cancel an open order position or fix a problem that could hurt his combine?"
You can contact our support team. If it's during normal hours, you can jump in the room. We have a support room in the chat room. We can fix all things in the combine, because you are trading something that we can easily edit up and fix up for you, if that is the case, and put you back in that position. You can't really put yourself back into a position in the live markets, but we can do certain things with this, so you'll be okay.
So yeah, and obviously whatever that is, make sure that doesn't happen in live, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that
and let us know. The quicker you let us know, the better that is, so then we can duly note it.
Okay. And so that brings up another point. Maybe most people don't know this or haven't considered it, but it's worth pointing out. So whatever platform, Ninja, Sierra, T4, whatever it is, as far as that platform is concerned, even in just a regular, $175 combine, okay, not funded, that platform is set up with credentials that TopstepTrader provides that for all intents and purposes, looks like a real live cash account to the platform, not a locally simulated account. Okay, and then that's how that information for each transaction gets transmitted to TopstepTrader's servers. Sorry, and tracked. So just pointing that out for anybody that knows, that it's not local sim. It is tracked similarly to a cash account.
We tell you actually to turn off that local sim. You have to have that checked. Where I think it's checked where you do not. Checked or unchecked, one or two, where you do not have the simulator, because we're giving you an account just like there's money in it.
Right. Rick is asking again if you could go over the details on how to get a rollover. So what rules do you have to meet to get that rollover?
Well, I got the combine page right here, and it basically, if you adhere to the combine rules, your combine deposit will be eligible for a rollover or refund. A rollover is just, hey, I'll do another month, and we just talked about that. Hey, I want to do it in November, great, or I want to do it today or tomorrow or whatever. But the combine rules, you can click that to view them, but they're basic. Only trade the permitted products, and there's a list of those. Trade the required number of days. You can go to TopstepTrader.com/rules to see this as well. Must achieve a win day percentage of 50% or greater. Largest losing day cannot hit or exceed your daily loss limit. So that's do not hit your loss limit. In this example that I'm showing you guys on the screen, that I'm selecting a $30,000 combine with a $500 loss limit. You can't exceed $500. So here's the rules for those that are seeing the screen, and that's what we're looking for you to follow.
Right. And
you follow this, and you make $1. Have a trading average greater than 0. You make $1. You can roll over or say, hey, you know what? Thanks, TopstepTrader, but I'm going to move on, or whatever.
Okay.
It's that's our.
And it used to be, I think, that you had to have like 3 out of these rules or something like that. Is that still?
Well, the metrics. Each product traded must have a trading average greater than 0 and meet at least 2 of the performance rules listed.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's in there.
Gotcha. Okay, so you could take any 2 of those 3 metrics.
And again, these metrics, guys, you've seen these on the trade reports that we send out all the time. Those that meet the profit, or those that are doing well, always are meeting these metrics. Most of them meet all three of them. But this is one thing. This is one reason why we put it in there, because we said, man, everybody's succeeding. This is 2 or 3 years ago. Everybody's succeeding is their winning days, or their average winner is greater than average loser, and the amount of time they're holding that's greater. And they typically have a win percentage greater than 45. Okay, let's have everybody start focusing on that.
Right.
And that's you just focus on that and make a dollar, and you can keep rolling over. And naturally, if you didn't even watch your profits, and then you just waited for a phone call from TST, you could be in our program and
right.
naturally put up the profits instead of focusing on money only.
What about the custom combines? How many of those would you say you get? Is it a lot? Is it few?
Yeah, we get a lot, but a lot of them are fairly, I don't want to use the word ridiculous, but some of them get to
unrealistic.
Yeah, unrealistic. I want to make $1,000, and I want to be, or some of them say I want to make $500. So certain things like that, we're tweaking that up, and you're going to see those tweaks here shortly. Basically, you'll be able to call in and talk to somebody, and you'll be able to discuss that over the call, so we can quickly let you know what's realistic and what's not. But we get about 15 proposals per week, roughly around there, of different customs, if not more.
Can you give us an idea of what a good custom proposal might contain?
Good custom proposal. Well, we have people that say, all right, I don't want to do any of those metrics. And when we're talking about a custom proposal, we're talking about customizing your combine, basically customizing the rules of your combine. And I have up here on the screen the rules. You could customize these. You can exclude everything. You can have no metrics whatsoever, and the only thing you cannot remove is your loss limit and your max drawdown. You can have a profit only type thing. You can have, hey, I want to do every one of these rules, and if you do all these rules, and just say, I'm going to think about what else we have. Consecutive max winners are going to be greater than your consecutive max losers. If you say all that's going to happen, you keep lowering your profit amount that you have to achieve to get reviewed. So, if you basically say I am a very fundamental trader, and all my statistics are really good, then you can lower your profit target and have an easier chance of achieving, what you want to achieve.
Right. Okay. Looks like we have one last question. Luke is asking what the average risk-reward ratio is for a funded trader.
I'd say 1.5 to 1, around there, typically. And then the guys that are at the senior level, they start
1.5 for reward to 1 risk. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the senior guys, they start opening it up a little bit because they build a cushion in their account. When you first start on trading, and even if you're a tops trader or anything, your goal is to survive. It's not to make a bunch of money. And you want to get, you want to survive. You want to get yourself into position. And we talk to every trader, a director of scouting does as well, that comes on a funded account, to say, build it brick by brick, take your time, you've earned this opportunity, and then the guys that do build it brick by brick get past $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 profits. That's when they say, all right. Typically, a lot of them don't change, because if you're doing something that's working, you don't change and you don't stack onto it, because psychologically that's different than where you were at. Your skill level is pretty sound, and if you can get that balanced and even keeled, you can do pretty well. But others have decided, have ramped things up, or will put on position, take half of it off, ride that one, do different things rather than the 1.5 to 1 type reward to risk. Gotcha.
All right, so we have everybody's questions answered on the screen, but I have just one last thing that I want to ask before we go. So John Hoagland, his new title is Director of Scouting, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it? I've seen that. Is he the one that primarily makes the calls once combines are reviewed? It seems to be his name always comes up.
he talks to them. He is what would it be, like your Joe Paterno? If you were on the Yankees, okay, he would have been your Joe Paterno, the guy who's talking to the new recruit coming up for the minors. So that's basically, he's talking to them, finding out a bit more, and then he works directly with the equity partner as well. So
okay, so that call happens for anybody that passes the combine and is eligible for a review. Is that right?
Excuse me, what was that? Sorry, you cut out.
That John makes that phone call for anybody that's eligible for a review? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Sometimes we have other scouts that do it too, but typically John is the main man.
Gotcha.
I don't know if he's going to like being compared to Joe Paterno. Not Joe Paterno, Joe Torrey. I call him Joe Paterno.
Okay. Well, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. And for anybody that has other questions, just go to BMT and you can ask those questions in the AMA thread, and Mike monitors that and he'll post the replies. All right, guys. Thanks, Mike. I'll see you back on the forum soon.
All right. Thanks for having me on, Mike. Thanks, everyone.
Sure.
See ya.